Hey Sam, just looking at your thumbnails here. Um, I think all these look pretty, really pretty nice. Um, there's some issues though. Um, so with this piece here, I think this could work, but you need to make your lines like 2 to 3 times as thick on the house frame. Because if this gets shrunk down, those little teeny skinny lines are just not going to print well, and they're not going to show up on the screen very well at a small size. So you just need to thicken them up. Same goes for this window. I like the window, but maybe just make it a solid window, like just all black. If you want one square white to kind of signify panes in the window, you could try that. Um, Also, like I like the font, but this font here is too thin and too small. I do like the font pair, and I like that there's some space in between these letters, but this font, oops, this font is a little too small. When you shrink that logo down, that interior is just going to disappear. And it's not going to print very well because it's too thin and it's too small. So I would thicken it up a little bit. It can still be quite a bit different than the Kennedy Hampton, but you're going to need to make it quite a bit thicker and probably twice, at least 2 to 3 times as big. And like I said, I like the spaces between, so you might just want to play with the space between. You could even put like a black bar down here and then put interiors with a lot of spaces between the letter bigger and a little thicker, same font, just put a stroke of 0.25 on it, or if it has a bold or a medium, use that to thicken that up. And you could put you could make it white in a long black box if you wanted to try that. If you don't like the black box, obviously just keep it like this. Um, Kind of some of the same issues with this other design. I like this a lot. Like I like this line. I like these lines. I like the little details here, but it all needs to be thickened up a lot. And like with these, maybe fill them in black solid with a white dot in the middle. And so just reversing those and make these lines thicker, and then maybe bring those out a little bit so that you can make interiors thicker, a little bit thicker, and a little bit bigger. And you could do the same treatment with a little more space between the letters if you wanted to on this one. Um, Even this Kennedy Hampton font, it's pretty good, but I do think that there are some extreme thicks and thins even in this font, that you might want to use a bold or just to get some of those thins in like some of the letters a little thicker. So maybe make it a bold font if it has bold as an option, just to thicken that up. And same thing with this font. I don't know if you're using the same one on this one, but this one really has some very thin parts of the letter forms. Like this M is just, that's going to completely disappear. So if we zoom way out, I mean, you can see that's already disappearing. I can still read Kennedy Hampton, but I can't read interiors. Same on this one. And these lines are getting really small and fine. So we just need to kind of bring that up a little bit. And with these tulips, they're nice. They're a nice form, but I almost wonder if just a straight up silhouette, all black, maybe with one thicker white line in between the leaves or something, might look better from a distance. Because I mean, from a distance, that's going to disappear. And maybe even bring up the size of these in comparison to KRH Home, and maybe making this obviously thicker lines on that. And I would still spell out Kennedy Hampton Interiors underneath this, maybe, or Kennedy Hampton Home, if that's the name for this particular logo. Just because KRH, people don't know what that stands for. So if you put the lettering in smaller down here, and just kind of tell us what that acronym stands for, then that is helpful. The color schemes are nice. I would caution against using more than 3 or 4 colors, just because like if you ever do like a silkscreen printed shirt, which doesn't happen that much, but or like certain printing processes, can get pretty expensive if you're, if you're using too many colors. So definitely keep it to like 3 colors. Pick your favorite 3. Like some of these whites, I would say just ditch. But they all look good in black first, which is great, and then you can add color later. I think as far as the color scheme goes, I mean, all of them are pretty good. I mean, at first glance, I'm really enjoying this one and this one. So anyway, I'll talk to you later.